Yo, yo, yo. Bienvenido a mi casa, la casa de los Benns.
Yeah.
I think I was up at 5 a.m. For me, it is really just a matter of removing myself from my familiarities and my comfort zone.
So in the morning, he doesn't really have anything to eat.
Yep.
Before a session, here's a couple of coffees.
Why not wake up, run at 5 in the morning when you're tired, go back, have a nap. It makes them sparring harder.
Smells of hard work. And a lot of fucking beer, to be fair.
Yeah, I like that. It allows me to push my body harder. It allows me to just, fully focus and be able to get up at 5 in the morning, do the runs without getting ill. Every session as hard as I possibly can. How's that hit? Sounds good?
Morning, mate. I know you wanted.
Yeah, got it done now though. Oh, and I got sparring later, to be fair.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. See you later, mate. Once a week, once every 2 weeks, we alternate the training.
Do you know what I like about Ryan? Is he is what he is. He's entertaining. He brings chaos. He brings unprofessionalism. He brings entertainment because of those reasons. Haney boring, Shakur boring. Rolly, I like Rolly. He's again, he's in a league of his own. He's separate from the rest of all of them. He's just something else.
You ready to fight Conor Benn?
Yeah, man.
Yeah?
When the time comes.
You really gonna put belt to ass or what?
Yeah, man. I plan to put belt to ass.
What do you think? Like, you think it's going distance? You think?
Nah, I think Conor Benn will get knocked out by me. Yeah.
Has he ever been knocked down before or not?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Oh shit.
It's
The U.S. fighters are way better than all the UK fighters. Right or wrong?
That's right. Honestly, the top fighters in the world are Mexican fighters, the U.S. fighters, and.
Oh yeah. Chad, U.S. runs.
If you like, I'm gonna say this hand on heart. These fights didn't get made way back when because of me. You know, it's different promotional companies. Now the fights are getting easier to get made. The big fights are easier to get made. And I'm here for all of them. I went up straight from 147, ready to jump up to 160. I hadn't fought in a year and a half, straight up to 160, no problem, for 2 fights. I'm gonna drop straight back down to 147 and fight the champions at 147 straight away, off the cuff. Like, I ain't need no warm-up. I'm about this. I've been about this.
Obviously, your last fight against Conor Benn, he's rumored to fight Ryan Garcia. What's your thoughts about that fight if it happens?
I think it's a great fight. And my pick, I pick Conor Benn. I think Ryan Garcia is a better boxer. But if they get to a fight, which it might happen, I will pick Conor Benn. Because Conor Benn is but he's a raw fighter. You know, he's just a raw fighter. He wants to get there. He wants to fight. So if they get to that, if they get to that fight, I got
Conor Benn is getting ready for perhaps the biggest fight of his career. After the dominant unanimous decision victory over Regis Prograis in April, everyone expected Benn to fight for a world title, and it looks like he's finally getting that opportunity as he's set to take on current WBC welterweight champion Ryan Garcia next. The fight is scheduled to take place on September 12th, with Las Vegas's T-Mobile Arena playing host to Garcia's first title defense at welterweight. While the boxing world hasn't shown much enthusiasm for this fight, with everyone expecting a grudge rematch with Devin Haney next, the title defense with Benn is still a great fight for fans. Both boxers have been feuding for a while now, and both Garcia and Benn have made sure to keep the fans entertained in the build-up to this cross-continental boxing event.
You have a big fight coming up. You're going to announce it tonight.
Yes.
When is it, and what can you say about this fight?
I can say that we are fighting September 12th. It will be in Vegas.
Whew.
And the opponent, let's just say he's from the other side.
Are you going to fight
He's across the pond, I'm sorry.
yeah. I thought maybe he was from outer space. Like, all right, this is a lot of UFO talk and stuff like that, so I don't know if it was real. Okay, all right, but he's from, yeah. And you know him. You think that you might...
I'll just say his name, just because I love the show. His name is Conor Benn.
Wow.
Yes. And he's talking a lot. He's talking crazy.
Ryan Garcia, puss, big minge.
What the f***? That don't faze me. I don't know what the hell that means, nor do I care. He don't scare me. Conor Benn is not scary at all. He's not intimidating. He don't feel like anything like a threat. He's gonna come over here to the US and get his ass spanked by either me, Shakur will shut him down, but I'll knock him out. It's much different. I will put him to sleep. He's very tenacious and tries to come at you, but I will catch him bad. So, bro, stop with that puss, ming, bling, bling, shing, bling. Don't care about none of that. Simply want that fight. Let's go after this.
These two crossing paths in the boxing ring was destined to happen. For a while now, Conor Benn has been trying his best to get a rise out of Ryan Garcia. Just last year at the Ring Magazine Awards, Benn and King Rye nearly got into an altercation when Garcia was asked about fighting Benn, and he responded by saying that he would knock out the British boxer. Scenes soon got ugly when Benn tried to escalate the situation, forcing security to step in and separate the two. Later, Garcia was asked about the scuffle, who quickly brushed it aside, but not before once again proclaiming that he would knock out the British boxer.
Other things.
Would you fight Conor Benn? He's there? Is that a fight?
Yeah, of course I would fight him. Yeah. How does it go? You tell me. You tell me.
Won't work on me, you know.
We'll see. That's what they all say, but somehow I find the target every time.
Don't be talking shit in my city.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
City.
Come on now. Come on now.
Talking shit in my city.
You know how it is. Your city? Your city?
In my city.
You don't think I'm gonna hit you with that left hook?
No.
Many fighters like you. I thought that was strong. Yeah, you go for it. You go for it. You go for it. You're the one that started that shit.
Go on, you go for it.
Ryan, before you go, can you just give us a reaction to that bit with Conor Benn?
It's classic Conor Benn. It was fun.
You think you beat him?
Yeah, of course.
How does it end?
I knock him out. He's a little too jittery. Is this our car?
Is this our car?
Interestingly, Benn offered an explanation to their scuffle. During an interview with YouTuber Showbiz the Adult, Benn explained that Garcia was the one who provoked him by squeezing his hand. He expressed his disappointment with the media, who tried to portray him as the villain. However, he explained that their altercation was a great initiator to make the fight with Garcia. Benn, who is still without a world title, explained that he's ready for everyone. He wants to fight anyone and everyone from 147 to 160 pounds. Benn is desperately looking for that world title, which still eludes him, and by taking on Ryan Garcia in a grudge match, it fuels him to give it his all and fulfill his dreams.
Well, listen, I'm going to tell you something about getting paid, which would be a big money-making fight, and that's if Ryan Garcia beats Barrios. Do you prefer Ryan Garcia? Because I saw you at the Ring Awards, and y'all had a little...
No, he was squeezing my hand. He was squeezing my hand. So you lot weren't seeing that. So when I shoved him, it was because he was squeezing my hand. So like, I'm always made to be the bad guy.
Right.
I'm not the bad guy here. I think loads of people are just misunderstood. People, they misunderstand me. That's all this is. You want to squeeze my hand? Cool, have a little bit of that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Don't squeeze my hand on camera and think I'm just going to let you squeeze my hand.
Well, that really worked out for me because now I'm anticipating what that fight can look like.
If you like, I'm gonna say this hand on heart. These fights didn't get made way back when because of me. You know, it was different promotional companies. Now the fights are getting easier to get made. The big fights are easier to get made, and I'm here for all of them. I went up straight from 147. You know, ready to jump up to 160. I hadn't fought in a year and a half, straight up to 160, no problem, for 2 fights. I'm going to drop straight back down to 147 and fight the champions at 147 straight away. Straight away, off the cuff. Like, I ain't need no warm-up. I'm about this. I've been about it.
While Ben seems determined about putting Ryan Garcia back in his place, Garcia has similar opinions on his potential opponent. During a recent interview, Garcia brought up the dirty history, with Ben recalling a moment when the British boxer aggressively approached the American star and physically pressed him while Garcia's wife was standing right there watching the situation get ugly. Garcia admitted that this exact moment made the upcoming bout incredibly personal. Garcia therefore isn't just looking to retain his championship, he is on a bitter revenge mission to violently punish Ben for that night. Besides, Ben happens to be his mandatory challenger, making this even more interesting.
Yeah. What's happening with Conor Benn? Talk to me.
Ooh, yeah, that's that is being worked on. You know, me and my team, we're trying to finalize it and make it happen. It's a fight that I really want, but there's also other options. So if it doesn't get done, we're also looking at Rolly Romero and other, opponents that we can fight. But that fight I would love to make happen. I want that one bad. He's been a little too long. He actually came and confronted me at an event while I was with my wife, and it was just crazy.
Recently?
About 1.5 years ago, and I still remember that. It's like, bro, we're all in suits. Calm down. What are you doing? Like, be professional, buddy. This is like, it reminded me of the movie Southpaw, when he gets confronted and then she ends up getting shot. Like, bro, you need to chill. But yeah, I would love to make that happen, but it's not done yet.
What do you make of him as a fighter?
I think he's a good fighter. He's too aggressive. A little too aggressive.
How so?
He's a little reckless in the ring. But I do think that he has a lot of tenacity, and he makes for a good fight, an entertaining fight every time he steps in the ring. But yeah, I will show him that there's definitely levels to this, and yeah.
Is he 145?
I mean, he's number one, so he's my mandatory.
Right.
Besides the ugly history between both fighters, this fight becomes more special when you look at the parties who are involved in fight negotiations. Ryan, who's still being promoted by Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, despite their fragile relationship, are actively negotiating with Dana White's Zuffa Boxing, who recently swooped in to sign Ben, who had his own violent breakup with Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing. Fight negotiations are still in its early stages, and there are going to be plenty of hurdles as both teams move ahead with paperwork and discussing the payday for both fighters. Garcia, being the defending champion, should definitely earn a bigger percentage of the fight purse, but that won't be the main problem. There's also going to be talks about world titles on the line, since Zuffa has been in disagreement with traditional boxing sanctioning bodies since their entry into the sport. Oscar De La Hoya vaguely shed some light on the problems invoked in negotiating this fight, but he's open to working with Dana White and making this fight if Ryan Garcia indeed wants to fight Conor Benn.
Speaking of Zuffa, a Zuffa fighter over there, Conor Benn, is talking about fighting one of your fighters,
right?
Ryan Garcia. How do we make that fight if he's over at Zuffa, and like, how does that fight happen?
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting because Zuffa Boxing is saying bluntly, we are not going to recognize any sanctioning bodies. We are not going to work with anybody in boxing. We're going to play in our own sandbox. Then how are you going to allow Conor Benn to fight for the WBC world title against Ryan Garcia? Look, ultimately it's up to the fighter, and that's the way we work. I work for the fighter. Ultimately, if that's the fight Ryan wants, then we're going to have to evaluate. We're going to have to sit down and negotiate. And if that's the fight Ryan wants, then we have to make it. I'm for the fighter 1,000%, but it's going to be very interesting. Imagine me and Dana White negotiating or being in the same room for that matter. I just don't see it happening.
The negotiations for this fight might be complicated, but that hasn't stopped the boxing world from predicting the fight. Fans on social media are busy sharing predictions, with many unsurprisingly predicting an easy night for Garcia. Of course, it all depends on Ryan being in perfect mental health. Nevertheless, Garcia won't want to lose to a boxer who's still without a world title. As for Ben, defeating a world champion in Garcia will be akin to climbing a mountain. The panel of experts on TalkSports provided some interesting reasons why Ben will have a tough time in the ring. They claim that Ben hasn't fought at welterweight for a long time, and this automatically puts immense pressure on him. It's been 4 years since he last fought at 147, with his latest fight with Regis Prograis taking place at a 150-pound catchweight. Ben will have to drop the pounds, which will leave him severely drained since he normally moves at 160 pounds. Ben's performance has also gone downhill since his glory days against Chris Eubank Jr. Ben is also past his prime, and at 29, he's going to face significant challenges against a much younger Ryan Garcia, who's only recently entered his prime years.
And if just for a little bit of context on that, Conor Benn hasn't fought at 147 pounds flat for the last 4 years. His last fight was 150-pound catchweight against Regis Prograis. He hasn't hit 147 for 4 years. Still highly ranked with the WBC at 147, and now gets an opportunity, it seems, in September to be fighting for a world championship.
Yeah, and we have to comment on that performance as the chief support for Tyson Fury and Arslanbek Makhmudov at Tottenham, whatever it was, 6-7 weeks ago, because he looked very weight drained all week as well. And like I say, he made 150, and it was really hard work. I think came in just under 150 anyway, didn't he, on the day?
Yeah.
And Regis Prograis is a slippery, slick southpaw at tail end of his career, on the way down at the moment. And even though Conor Benn won handily, it was over 10 rounds, I think, wasn't it, on the night? He didn't struggle, but he didn't look full of vim and vigour. The tensile strength is there, but he didn't look like the wrecking ball that fought at middleweight against Chris Eubank Jr. in the second fight. So I've always felt...
Well, in the second fight, he was a little bit more cool, calm and collected, wasn't he?
He was still a terror.
Yes, he was.
Absolute terror. I thought he was tremendous on the night.
Yeah.
It was a ghost to Chris Eubank Jr. against him. But
I thought it was a more calculated display in the second fight compared to the first.
It was a fantastic performance. Look, he is a terror in the ring. That's what he does. He brings it. He's got vim and vigour.
When was the last time you saw it, though? Really? And him be victorious and him stop somebody? Because obviously he's had a lot going on, self-inflicted over the last 4 years. He had 2 efforts at 154 and he didn't look amazing. He went up to 160, lost 1, won 1.
Yeah.
The second one that he won, it was a very calculated performance. It wasn't up until the last round. Last round he had a little bit of a go, then he showed a little bit of the old Conor Benn there. And then now he's come back down, all the way down to 150, which is a lot.
And he's 29.
While Ben has the star power and skills to beat Ryan Garcia, Garcia is just too good for Ben. The TalkSports panel feels that Garcia will simply knock out Ben if Ben manages to make weight and he still possesses his power. The panel, however, feels that this is a massive fight for Ben and could push him to becoming more popular in the United States. They feel that Ben is already a massive star in the US because of his controversial nature, and he could retire with a massive paycheck without winning a world title. Regardless of whether he wins or loses the fight, this is the right fight for Conor Benn's career.
He's got star character and star qualities. If he's going to make 147, if he's good at the weight, it'll be a good fight. If he has really struggled at the weight, he's going to struggle against Garcia, who is a massive puncher at welterweight with both left and right hooks, notably that left hook. It's a dangerous fight for him. I think it'll deliver all the way to the fight, but I think he'll get knocked out by Ryan Garcia, unless he knocks Garcia out himself. I want to see Devin Haney in with Ryan Garcia as well in the rematch. That's a massive fight. But Conor Benn, I've said this before and I will say it again, could end up with 50, 60, 70 million in the bank and never win a world title. And that's an extraordinary thing to say, but it will make him a very successful boxer in this period.
If you're Conor now, is that the fight that you go after and you take next?
Yeah, because it's so big. It's a really big...
At 147?
Yes. Go and take it. Go and have a go at it. Look, he's He's a big and controversial star here. The Americans love Conor Benn. I've been over there when he's around. They love him. He can saunter in, every chat show. If those two go on Fallon together, they'll be rolling around like Arlie and Frazier on the floor in their suits, arguing in their slippery brogues. Everything they do in the build-up to that fight will be box office gold. The fight itself, I favour Garcia in a big way.
Legendary boxer Sean Porter sparred Conor Benn and gave his firsthand experience about the British boxer and the upcoming fight. Porter claimed that Benn is highly versatile, exceptionally tough, and possesses great speed and foot movement. Based on how good Garcia looked in his last performance against Mario Barrios, Porter predicts a 60-40 victory in favor of Garcia, potentially by knockout. He explains that the stylistic matchup heavily favors Garcia due to his superior speed and his ability to generate power from the outside. However, he notes Benn's toughness will still make it a highly competitive fight.
Current affairs, I know you sparred Conor Benn. How did that go? And they're in a potential talk with fight with Ryan Garcia. How do you think that fight will go down?
I think that fight, based off of how Ryan Garcia just looked in his last fight, I mean, it looks like he beats Conor Benn. Conor Benn has a style that matches what Ryan is good. The style clash favors Ryan Garcia because of his speed, because of his power from the outside. So definitely a tough fight for Conor Benn. Again, based off of Ryan's last fight, I would say 60-40. Ryan Garcia wins that fight, possibly KO, but Conor is very, very tough, and that's what I already knew about him, but I got to see it firsthand when we sparred. He's much more versatile than we saw in the first fight with Eubank. Comes back in a rematch against Eubank. We see the versatility, we see the speed, the foot movement, and things of that nature. Those were the things that I saw in sparring when I sparred with him. Just 4 easy rounds or whatever, which let me know that he could beat Chris. The first fight, I said, man, he just was hyped up. He got caught up in the moment. The second fight, he comes back and, as most of us would, I would have come back much different in the second fight with Kell Brook. You kind of learn some things about your opponent. And
former champion turned analyst Sergio Mora didn't hold back, confidently predicting that Garcia's lightning-fast left hook will put Benn to sleep. Mora argued that Benn's aggressive, lunging style is a guaranteed death sentence against a counterpuncher of Garcia's caliber. Co-host Chris Mannix chimed in and stated that Benn could probably put up a competitive show if he manages his weight well. He can be fast and explosive at a lower weight class, but agreed that Garcia is the favorite going into this fight.
So what happens if Conor Benn and Ryan Garcia meet in the ring this summer?
Ryan Garcia knocks him out.
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia knocks him out. The way Ryan Garcia put it into a smart gear, forget the power gear. We all knew he had that power gear.
And the right hand. I mean,
the
rediscovering the right hand was huge.
The jab, the right hand, listening to his corner. I liked his temperament leading up to the entire press conference. Even though everyone wanted more animation, they wanted Ryan Garcia to be a cuckoo bird because it sells.
Be a what?
A cuckoo bird. All right. Drinking beer and doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
I think there's a middle ground between being crazy like it was against Devin Haney and as docile as he was against Mario Barrios.
Yeah, there is an in-between. You still need to be a showman, but when the bell rung, he showed up.
Yeah.
So that version of Ryan Garcia knocks out Conor Benn because he'll keep him at the end. That quick twitch left hook. Conor Benn will be afraid to even attempt to lunge in like he did against Eubank Jr. And if you fall off balance lunging in with a fire like Ryan Garcia, it's lights out with 2 punches.
I would have been really excited about this fight if Conor had knocked out Regis Prograis in the second round because it would have created the possibility of a really explosive fight. And maybe we still get that. Maybe Conor in his second fight down in these lower weight classes looks more explosive. Maybe he makes the weight better. Maybe he's more comfortable. Maybe we do get the fight that I thought it might have the potential to be. But right now, I'm with you. I would make Ryan Garcia a heavy favorite going to this fight, which I wouldn't have said 3 weeks ago. No way about it. I would have said that's a 50-50 fight or maybe even favored Conor Benn because of what we saw with the Ben versus...
Judging by the predictions, Garcia is obviously the favorite going into this fight. Now, it's all up to Garcia to give his best and successfully defend his title against Ben and push for the other big fights in the division, notably against Devin Haney and Rolly Romero. But what do you think about this fight? Do you believe this is the right fight for Ryan's career? Who wins the matchup? Let me know in the comments. That's all for today. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.